I can't do it just because some channels are saying that's what they think because. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only, and just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, do you guys remember whenever we got this document on the case of interest website for the Idaho case, and we realized that it was instructions for how to file for sealed documentation? Now, I told you guys that I was going to go ahead and submit the form that we were led to in these links, even though there was really no point for it because there's a gag order on this case, and if these were going to be approved all of a sudden, it's made the gag order over the last 2 years completely irrelevant, and all the arguments about the gag order even more so. But because there was instructions, I went ahead and followed those instructions and submitted a form, and today I received a response. Now, of course, it's a denial, but I'm going to show this to you guys anyway because it's part of the case. It's something that I did. It's something I told you guys I was going to do. So let's go ahead and update the situation. They don't really give you a lot of space for what you're asking for, but I asked for any and all sealed documents pertaining to the case numbers referenced above, and I put Latell County and Ada County's case numbers because the case numbers switched once the county switched. Then I stated any exhibits, medical files pertaining to the autopsies, toxicology reports, and crime scene information, audio video of any and all interviews, court minutes from 10/8 of 24, and that's pretty much all that I had room for. Now, of course, like it should be at this point, this request was denied by Judge Hippler, and it states sealed documents are not subject to disclosure pursuant to ICAR 32 and may not be released pursuant to court order. The other documents you seek are either not in the court file or are sealed. The hearing on 10/8/24 was sealed/closed, and neither the minutes, audio, or transcript may be disclosed, and he signed it on 10/21, so just a couple of days ago. Now, in the email where this denial was sent to me, it also said that if I had any other questions, I could just reply to the email. So I did, and I stated, hey there, thanks for getting back to me. I kind of figured these would be denied. There would be no reason for approvals with the gag order. Can I just ask what the purpose was for the instructions posted to the docket? And she said, you're very welcome. I am forwarding this email to Margaret Smith, who is the director of court clerks, so that she may help answer your question. And this literally only took like a few minutes. Like, this was a very quick conversation, and there ended up being one other person that ended up getting on the thread just so that they could validate what I was being told was the fact. So they're pretty fast down there. Now, Margaret Smith responded and said, good morning. I believe there was some confusion on which court to request documents and audio from, since the case was originally with Latell County and then subsequently was transferred to us. The order was to clarify that all requests need to be made through Ada County, and all information regarding making those requests was included in the order. I've also included Sandra Barrios, who is our trial court administrator, in case I've misspoken. Sandra ended up responding fairly quickly and just said, Ms. Smith is correct. And I said, thank you for answering all my questions. Have a nice day. They were really fast, because that was the biggest question. Like, why were you putting this on the public case of interest website if it's sealed? The public's not allowed to have any of this information. The lawyers are very aware of how to get information, what needs to be done in order for them to get information, and also are the holders of said information for the most part. So just the whole document in general was a little bit strange, but at least now we have clarification for what its actual purpose was. Now, I mentioned this in a community tab post, but a lot of you guys have been asking me to watch True Crime Design's latest video about the drug-related revenge killing motive here. I am going to sit down and I am going to watch this. I honestly feel like it's either something in this realm or there's something else to the party argument that involved Ethan. Or for all we know, they could have something to be involved with both. Okay, there's a lot of different possibilities here. And the last few days listening to everything that's been going on in the Delphi case, I sit back as I am listening to how basically everything that we've been told in the Delphi case has been a complete fabricated lie by law enforcement. And now that we're at trial, all this truth is coming out. And they have literally not a single thing they can point at Richard Allen with. Nothing. Literally at all. Nothing. And every single time I get a new fact, every single time something else comes to light, I keep thinking of this case, of the Idaho case, and how it makes no sense that Bryan Kohberger is the man sitting at the defendant table. It just doesn't make any logical sense at all. Now, I've always taken the fact that Kaylee wasn't there anymore, that she was there last minute, as something like a opportunity taken when it comes to Kaylee. And maybe in the back of my mind, I just don't want her to be the actual forefront of the situation because of the way that the Goncalveses have been acting this entire time. But there's a big reason why they've been acting the way that they have been acting, okay? I don't know if it's to take attention away from the real story, which it probably is, or if they're trying to get in front of the truth so that they don't all get exposed for something. Okay, I don't know. I sit here and I tell you guys that I really am trying to stay very, 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 very focused on facts. I don't want to go down these crazy, insane rabbit holes that don't have any proof, okay? Because in the end, what proof do we really have? And to call all these people out and to make all these connections with no receipts, with nothing to stand on, with nothing that actually has any legal standing, with nothing that can really be put together, I can't do it just because some channels are saying that's what they think because, okay? It can't be everybody all together. It has to be one path. And that's been the biggest problem this whole time, is that there's so many things it could be because nothing makes sense, but it can only be one. There's only one answer. The answer, not unanswered, the way we say about the Goncalveses, right? So I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch this video and I'm going to come to you guys with a very honest opinion about what I think, because I do believe something shady was definitely happening. And I don't think just some crazy person ran up in that house last minute and did what they did. I just don't. I don't think this was the Ripper situation or a Ted Bundy situation. I just don't. There's really nothing at all that can make me believe that at this point. At all. And if you want to put into any of these other theories anything at all, then the touch DNA makes even more sense because of what I have come out and talked to you guys about when it comes to touch DNA and how easily it could be transferred from everything. Like literally right now, what do I always say? If you've had a regular day where you're the opposite of me, where I work from home, my kids are homeschooled, we don't really go anywhere. But if your kids go to school, if you went to a workplace, if you went to a store, you have like 12 people's DNA on you at any given moment in time, okay? Transfer and touch DNA is literally nothing. So like I said, I have my opinions on certain channels, and honestly, with True Crime Design, and don't be surprised if I mention this in my review video, okay? And they are very aware that I have this issue with them because we got into it in the comments about this. When the Dot situation was around, and Dot themselves came out and admitted they were not Dot, they were a confused person named Braden who had done an impersonating type situation like this in another case prior to the Idaho case, True Crime Design then came out and tried to resurrect that situation and try to give it a life whenever the actual impersonator themselves had already come out and debunked themselves. And I didn't appreciate that. The whole community didn't appreciate that. It honestly didn't make any sense. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I don't know if this channel is coming out with a video because Crime Circus just did a video talking about this and talking about Pavarotti's timeline and what his theories are. But honestly, the video that I saw was a mocking, very disgusting type presentation of what Pavarotti's theory apparently is. Now, I know that he's not talking about it like that, but the way that Crime Circus presented it was very mocking. And it just is what it is at that point. I have the right to my opinion as a viewer of that channel to say whatever the hell I want to say about it. But I'm going to go ahead and sit back and I'm going to let my biasness away. And I'm going to watch True Crime Design's video. And I'm going to come back and tell you guys a very honest opinion about what I think, regardless of how I feel, because the facts are the facts. And if they have receipts, if they show true connections, if they're able to actually piece stuff together, If it makes sense, I'll tell you guys if I feel like it makes sense. But just because I think it might not make sense doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to somebody else. And if I think it makes sense, it doesn't mean that you're all going to agree with me either. That's what an opinion is. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out, and I'm going to get a pen and paper and take some notes, and I'll be back to let you guys know what I think. But that is it for now. If you guys like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you were not subscribed already, and don't forget to make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.